Sister is studying overseas. So after writing your Lagos, you can put Nigeria before you put the date, and then you go. Hello once again and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'll be giving you the step-by-step procedure of writing an informal letter using the WAEC past question below as our guide. The question is from June 2010, WAEC question, past question, and the question reads: you have recently moved into a new neighborhood with your parents. Write a letter to your sister who is studying overseas, giving at least 3 reasons for disliking the new place. You have recently moved into a new neighborhood with your parents. Write a letter to your sister who is studying overseas, giving at least 3 reasons for disliking the new place. Having known that the question is an informal letter, you determine the format and features of an informal letter, and then you write out your outline with focus on the requirement of the question that you have before you. So you go back to the question and look at the question and look at the basic things that the question expects from you. One of such is that the question says your sister is studying overseas. Another thing again is that you move to a new neighborhood with your parents. Another information there again is that you must give at least 3 reasons for disliking the new place. State the 3 reasons why you do not like the place, you dislike the place, the neighborhood you moved into. 1, in your outline you write there, the place is not safe. 2, the neighborhood is close to the bus terminal. 3, inadequate social amenities in the neighborhood. Looking at the outline above, we are now going to use the reasons for disliking the new place you have written down to discuss and develop the body of your informal letter. But before we start, we must look at the features and format of the informal letter. This was discussed in my last video. Look at my last video, you see the features and format of an informal letter. Now back to our letter. At the right hand corner of your answer booklet, you are going to write the address. The address will be there. Just below the address is the date. And because this question says your sister is studying overseas, so after writing your Lagos, you can put Nigeria before you put the date. And then you go to the left hand corner, the next line, the left hand corner of your answer booklet, you write your salutation. The letter to your sister to be dear sister, or dear sister Weju, or dear sister Joy, and there must be a comma. After the salutation, just below the salutation, you leave a space to determine the beginning of a new paragraph, and that space you have left is what you are going to use as your subsequent paragraphs. They must be at that same space, that same line when you are writing your letter. In paragraph 1, you are going to ask your sister how she's faring, how life it is, how she's coping with life overseas, how she's coping with her studies. Find out about how she's getting on generally in your paragraph 1. And then for paragraphs 2, 3, 4, and 5, you can now begin to discuss those reasons you gave in your outline why you dislike the new place you have moved into. And remember, because your letter must be 450 words, and so this is where you are going to now explain those points in details. to make your essay long so that you can be able to achieve the 450 words you have been asked to write at the beginning of your essay or your letter. So we have looked at paragraph 1, where you have asked about her health and life generally overseas. You're not going to go to paragraph 2. We are going to pick the in your outline the things you dislike about that environment. And the first thing you wrote down there is reasons and inadequate amenities, inadequate social amenities, like pipe-borne water, bad drainage, untarred roads. For the pipe-borne water, because you don't have pipe-borne water in the new environment, it causes a lot of hardship for you, because you have to trek long distances to go and get water in jerry cans, which you put on your head, and you have to go several times. And when that happens, it makes you have less time for your studies, makes you have less time to even be able to assist your mommy in doing some chores in the house. All these things, by the time you're explaining them one after the other, your letter is getting lengthier and lengthier, and you're already getting to the agreed number of words you are supposed to write in the body of your letter. Now, for the bad drainage, you let your sister know that the gutters are all covered with rubbish, and so when rain falls, the water overflows and enters your compound and makes it impossible for people to move around them freely. You have to spend time using containers to drain out the water, and at times it even goes as bad as spoiling your electrical gadgets that are on the floor and so on and so forth. It spoils your rugs and everything that is supposed to be there. On the issue of poor supply of electricity, let your sister know that the transformer in your area has been bad just even before you moved in, and the officials have promised that they are going to repair it. But the situation, knowing our country for what it is, they just promise, and those promises are not adhered to at times. It takes months and months and weeks, and so all those things make it difficult. And because of that, people put on generators and make a hell of a noise throughout. Some generators are bad, have some terrible sounds, and so makes it difficult for you to even sleep. Even after all the hard work of fetching water, makes it difficult for you to even sleep at night. All these come under inadequate social amenities. That will be discussed in the second paragraph. Different line, just explain them like that. And then you go to the next reason why you dislike the place. The house is close to a bus terminus. A bus terminus or a garage. And what does that mean? It means that there's noise 24/7, because the cars, those bus drivers, they are noisy. It's either they are fighting one another, or they have hit somebody's car, or they are fighting with the people that normally collect money from them, the tax force that collects money from them, or some of them have loudspeakers on top of their cars trying to call passengers. All these are things that makes the environment unhealthy for you. You don't like the environment because this thing causes a lot of noise and disturbs you from concentrating when you get home. And because it's a park, most people of those drivers don't even have where they sleep. They sleep in the buses, and so even at night at times they play music, at times they end up they drink and fight and cause a lot of havoc around the environment. And so those are another reason why you do not like the place you have moved to, because of the noise and the problems that the car park or the garage is causing in your new environment. The third reason is that the place is not safe. When I say it's not safe, when you say it's not safe, it means that you do not have security. There are no gates. Everywhere is open, and so anybody can just come in. But all those areas with the estates where you have gates, before anybody can come in, the security at the gate will find out who they are looking for. But because there are no gates in your own area, the new area you have moved to, it's difficult. Everybody coming anywhere, anybody can come in. There's nobody stopping them. And so at night, those people can cause havoc and attack people with nobody to help. But if it's an area that has security, they have guards, local guards, you are sure that you can sleep with your two eyes closed. But here you can't sleep with your two eyes closed because you are afraid. You are not sure what will happen the next moment. You have discussed 3 reasons. You can the question says at least, so you can even discuss 4 or 5 reasons depending on what you want to write about. But the question says at least 3 reasons. But if you take those 3 reasons and discuss them very well, you will still get your normal high marks that you are supposed to get if you have used the right expression and so on. So we have looked at the reasons. You have looked at the formats, the features, the reasons why you dislike the new environment, which we have discussed in the body of your letter, paragraph by paragraph. When you finish that, you have the close, the last paragraph, where you are going to discuss pleasantries. You will find, since she's studying overseas, you can ask her to extend your greetings to her friends overseas. Tell her to also remember the reason why she's in school. So she should study so hard so that at the end of the day she will not bring disgrace to your family and spoil the name of your family. All these are the things you write in the last paragraph. When that is done, you will now go to the complementary close, which should be at the right hand corner. Leave a line after the last sentence, and on the right hand corner of your answer booklet, you write yours sincerely. That's the accepted complimentary close for the informal letter in WAEC. It's a capital Y, and for the yours, there's no apostrophe before and after the S. No apostrophe before and after the S. And then for the sincerely is a small s. Yours sincerely. After sincerely, there must be a comma before you write your name. Just write your first name. This is an informal letter. Just write your first name. So having discussed the reasons why you dislike your new place, and you have used the correct format, you have used the correct features correctly, you should also remember that your conversation should be everyday language, which is chatty, and your tone should also be informal. Your tone should be informal. Conclude your letter by telling her to extend your greetings to people who are with her over there. Let her know the reason why she's in school. And in all, constant practice is the key. For you to be able to write good letters, formal or informal, you must know how to, you must practice. Practice is the key. You cannot just go and face an examination without practicing. You must practice. Use your past questions and practice how to write letters. How to write the informal letter. Now we are going to stop here. After all the treatment of what we are supposed to write, we have used a sample WAEC past question. We have used a sample past question to answer the question, what you are supposed to write down as the answer. All this done, it will become a walkover for you. And at the back of your mind, remember that you are writing 450 words. And so as you are writing, let that sink in, that your letter must not be less than 450 words. And that your essays will be marked under 4 headings: content, organization, expression, and mechanical accuracy. For better understanding, go and watch my video on how to write essays, how to answer essay questions in WAEC, and how to answer informal letters, where I talked about the format and features. Watch those videos for better understanding of the informal letter. Having gone through all this, please let us know in your comment section how you feel. Whatever you want to let us know in your comment section. And like this video, share with friends, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.